Hello and welcome to this week's edition of the Inked Up Runner. This is Jason. This week's stories include tragedy in China, a new 50K world record, and this week's results. Let's start in China, where a terrible tragedy happened and 21 runners lost their life due to being caught in the severe weather in a race that happened this past weekend. Chinese state media have confirmed that 21 runners died during the Yellow River Stone Forest 100K, which started on Saturday morning and was located in northwest China. The race took place at the Yellow River Stone Forest tourist site, which includes terrain that was both mountainous and exposed. During the race, a large storm hit early Saturday afternoon, suddenly engulfing the race course in rain, hail, and extreme wind and temperatures at the freezing point. Reports indicated that the wind was blowing hard enough that it was difficult for the runners to stand or walk. When multiple racers went missing from the course and calls for help went out to the Chinese social media platform, the race was halted and a complex search and rescue mission occurred. According to the Chinese media, over 1,200 personnel were called to search for runners who went missing during the storm. The search continued throughout the night on Saturday and into Sunday morning. By Sunday morning, Chinese time, the media had confirmed that there were 21 runners of the race. The race's 172 participants that lost their lives, making this the largest tragedy that ever hit the sport of ultra running. All participants have been accounted for at this point, and it's believed that the runners suffered from hypothermia and related medical conditions. According to the Chinese website CNNB.com, as well as Hong Kong running store Gone Running, elite Chinese runner Jing Liang, who had won all three of the previous editions of the race, was among those who died. He was most recently the top international result was a second place at the 2020 Vibram Hong Kong 100K. Also, according to the Chinese media, among the deceased was a runner Guanzhong Huang, who was also a Chinese Paralympic runner. Terrible news. Our prayers go out to all those folks who lost their lives in such a terrible way, such a freak accident, and it's horrible news. There was a new 50K world record set this past weekend. Ethiopia's Kitana Nagasi set a new men's 50K world record of 2:42.07 at the Nedbank Runefed 50K race in South Africa. The event took place on Sunday in the town of Gedbara and had about 100 elite runners participating. The previous record had stood since 1988, when South Africa's Thompson Magwana ran a 2:43.20 on his way to running that year's Two Oceans Marathon in South Africa, which was a 56K race. Not to be outdone, South Africa's Yvette Van Zyl won the women's Nedbank Runified 50K race in 3:04.23, which is considered the second best 50K time among women, behind Des Linden, who ran the world record recently at 2:59.54. So congratulations to all of those folks there. That's a great accomplishment and a super fast time for both those runners. I would like to thank Ira and Far for the excerpts I took from both of these previous stories that I got the information from. Moving on to this week's results, the Yamacraw 50K, 25K, and 10K, and I believe there was also a miler as well, took place this past weekend. The 50K saw Alex Miner take the win at 4:19.25, with Ruth Caraway running the female at 5:52.28. The big story here was Zach Bevan, the new record holder at Strolling Jim, ended up pulling out around the marathon distance due to just not feeling well and not feeling like he should keep going because he felt like he might injure himself if he continued on. At the 25K distance, the top male was Dick Strawbridge at 1:47.30, with Shannon Florea at 2 hours even. And then a 10K saw Caleb Baird take the win at 59.51 with Amanda Goodwin at 107.28. And other news from the race, local runner James Ransford completed his first ever 50K there, so congratulations to James in accomplishing his first 50K race at Yamacraw, which is just a wonderful course. Lastly, we'll move on to the Ragnar Trail race that took place in Kentucky this past week. The top team there was Show Us Your Ticks, that finished in 17:34.57, with second place going to the Moist Boys at 18:55.47. So congratulations to all those teams there. And that's it for the races for the week. Moving on to this week's races that are coming up. The Three Sisters Ultra Festival in Maryville is coming up this coming weekend, as well as the Dawson's Forest, Georgia's Area 51 Trail Run, which includes a 50K, 25K, and 5K in Dawsonville, Georgia, takes place this weekend as well. That is it for this week. I should have another interview coming out probably late on Sunday. And I appreciate, again, everybody's support. If you could, or if you haven't already, please check out my Facebook page, Inked Up Runner. And if you haven't and don't mind, give me a like there. As well as if you have not subscribed to the channel yet, please consider it and hit the subscribe button. And that's it for today. Thank you very much for listening, and I will see you on the trail.